You're listening to the Anxiety Ridden Moms Club,
the podcast for moms who love their kids deeply and still feel anxious, exhausted, and overstimulated.
Here, we talk about the messy stuff, the thoughts we don't say out loud, the pressure to do it all, and the journey back to ourselves.
Progress over perfection, always.
Let's go. Somewhere along the way, life turned into a competition, and none of us remember signing up, competing at work, competing as parents, competing for happiness, healing, stability, even peace. And today, we're talking about competition, how it can drain us or motivate us depending on how we use it.
And the wild part is, most of us don't even realize we're doing it. We're just tired. And then suddenly we're comparing. It's not intentional. It just sneaks in.
I don't wake up thinking I'm competing. I scroll or I hear someone else's update and suddenly I'm measuring myself.
I love the way she's measuring. Okay, go on. I'm measuring myself. Okay.
I don't know. It's all internal. It's quiet competition.
It shows up when you're already vulnerable, when you're stressed, burned out, or insecure. And it doesn't mean you're jealous.
I love how you say insecure.
I say it normal. Insecure. Measuring.
Intent, bitch.
Because I'm measuring everybody.
No, you're just quietly calling me insecure.
Hey, it just means you're human. You know?
I am.
No one prepares you for how competitive motherhood feels. Milestones turn into races even when no one says it out loud. You start questioning everything. Am I doing enough? Messing up? My kid behind?
I know. And I feel like the scariest part of all of it is that I feel like I'm passing that pressure on to my kids. They don't need to be their best. They need to feel safe. But are they feeling too safe because they never want to,
Yeah, you'd have to make sure they know that not everything is safe. The world is not all safe. Can't shelter them. That doesn't help them.
I know. Can't helicopter parent.
No.
Let's do a quick reality check.
Okay.
All right.
Go.
After I scroll, do I feel motivated or smaller? It depends.
Yes, it depends. But if it makes you feel smaller,
it depends on the day.
Put it down.
Because some days I'm motivated by seeing what people are making or doing or building or growing. And then other days I'm jealous AF. I'm like, what? Gina, why do we suck? Gina, why will nobody share our podcast? Gina, why do we only have 2 downloads
Here,
today?
I want to make sure. I want to share something. Okay. As you say that, she wants to all the time. Oh my God, the world's falling on top of us. I just don't know. I feel bad. And then I'm like, oh God, yeah, I know. I kind of feel the same way. Why are you saying that? Look at these good things that are going on. And I'm like, what the fuck? Stop being so negative. Quit just sending me exclamation points and thumbs ups. I want to hear words and I need you to be positive.
I'm very controlling in how you respond.
It is very.
No, also there like 5 text messages and then it's like, thumbs up. then it's a ha. And then I'm like, can you not fucking say words? Like, where are your words? Use your words. We had that episode a few episodes ago. Use your fucking words. Don't just pacify me.
And I'm not ever allowed to be like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. Or, oh man.
We have roles here. You are positive Polly. I am negative Nancy. Stick to it. And when you get negative, then I want to go lay on the railroad track.
But sometimes maybe I need you to go lay on them.
I know. It's so hard. It's so hard.
So my opinion, after you scroll, if you feel smaller, stop scrolling.
Or stop texting you. I think that's what she's getting at.
Put the phone down.
My face hurts from laughing. It's funny.
Here, the next one is, am I chasing growth or validation?
Both.
Okay, this is the word you always hear in business. If you're not growing, you're dying. I get so tired of hearing that.
But it's fucking true.
Well, it is true, but it's still annoying. Shut up. I don't care. Today, I just want to maybe die a little. I'm all about growth, and I'm really, really big on the fact that I want to be bigger and better. I want my whole life, I always grow. But some days, If I need to die just a little bit, let me.
Okay. There is a difference between what we're doing here at the Anxiety Ridden Moms Club versus your day job. Versus my day job.
Wait, but what we're talking about affects all of it.
No, but like, we need to be growing. We don't have anything really holding us back at this point in time. These stupid fucking corporations will be like, we're going to give you no equipment, no resources, no help, no support. Fucking go sell. What the fuck am I going to sell? My good looks? Like, that's not going to work out. So like, that's where I'm trying to separate the two. Go sell oxygen. P.S. We're using concentrators from the 1800s that don't put out enough. Fucking put on a smile. Why aren't you smiling? Why aren't you growing? My God. Like, that's where it gets irritating because like sometimes the corporate.
Okay, I agree. But I still think sometimes in life, you have moments. You just have moments. Like when you send me, if you'll send me your negative Nancy bullshit, sometimes I may have a moment of self-doubt. Just give me my moment.
Okay. I'm not always negative.
Oh, yes, she is.
You're like, we didn't get double digits.
But then as soon as I say anything like, oh, really? All right. That's all I even have to say. And you'd be like, oh my God, look at this and look at this. All these positive things. You'll shoot out like 10 things. I'm like, okay, I don't know what the hell we're bitching about or complaining for. This is just stupid. Again, this is why you need to just put the phone down sometimes. Okay, next one. Read the next one. Go on.
The next one. I gave up.
Oh my God.
I gave up because I'm feeling smaller.
Am I running my own race or checking who's passing me? Again, put the phone down if that's what you're worried about. You're supposed to be running your own race and not worried about anybody else.
Right back at you. She literally made me listen to a bunch of dad podcasts this week to make sure we're on track.
I just want to make sure, like, if dads have a role in this world that's very important.
If you have a dad podcast, get a hold of us.
Yes.
We want to have not a mom versus dad because not everything is a competition.
But a fun mom dad podcast. It would be fun.
It would be
moms
so fun.
Against dads in a different kind of way. Not to be negative or poking at, not to be the whole, oh, does a man ever vacuum? Because my husband vacuums and he does a very good job of the floor. So, but like more of like how men and women and the differences, how we feel different and how we handle things and the humor and the fun. It would be really fun. So yes, if anybody knows a good dad podcast or has one that would love to just join and have a good time together, moms versus dad in a fun way, I think that'd be kind of cool. You know,
that is cool.
Let's run our own race, but together. So that is one of the reasons I was going through some dad podcasts to see like, I mean, what are dads worried about? What do they talk about? So I thought it was kind of interesting. So you know what? Screw you, Kylie, for like acting like she didn't even care at the moment when I was telling her, like, whatever, I don't even care. I'm like, this matters. We need to talk about it. Then she's like, okay, I get it. And she did listen. But first I did listen to Negative Nanny for a moment. And then she got over it and realized I'm a genius.
Sometimes I do just have to bitch about it. And then I get over it and I'm like, okay, that wasn't so bad. And sometimes I'm like, well, that was fucking terrible. Things not to do on the podcast.
Right.
So.
And then here, okay, last one. If no one was watching, would I still want this?
1000%.
Yes. You're supposed to be doing it for yourself.
Well, and I guess it's not just about me in the podcast. I guess this is for our listeners. So after you scroll, do you feel motivated or smaller? Are you chasing growth or validation? Are you running your own race or checking who's passing? If no one's watching, would I still want this, whatever this may be? Just to recap, where I'm not interrupting and talking about my poor pitiful self right now. But if this made you feel uncomfortable, same. That's usually where the work is.
Right, because 2026, we're uncomfortable.
We're uncomfortable.
So all of you guys better get some comfy pants on because we're going to make sure you're uncomfortable.
Yes. So I would say work is one of the loudest places competition shows up. Promotions, pay, recognition. And sometimes it's not about wanting more. It's about not wanting to fall behind.
I think work is for sure one of the loudest places for competition. Because I think we always analyze, well, okay, this person maybe is having something better numbers, whether that's you're an operations person and you're looking at, finances, or if you're looking at growth for sales or whatever.
Key performance indicators.
Yeah. Then you sit and you say, okay, well, it's because they're doing something better than me, or did they just get lucky and were given a territory, that kind of like made them that way? Like what is it that got people there? Why do I feel like
she's projecting again?
Why is it really that they're doing as well as that they're doing? And I think that then causes competition, jealousy, anger, and can really frustrate people. I think that's why work, a lot of times when people, they say you got to leave work at work and have home, and you have to separate the two, but you can't, because you can't put it down, because you really go back to home and think about how that's bullshit. That person, they're not even doing anything better than me. So it's not like so I'm just mad. And I think it's wrong. And then I'm jealous because I should have it.
Well, yeah. And the exhaustion isn't necessarily the work. It's the pressure to constantly prove yourself and prove what you're doing and prove that you're good enough and prove that you're not falling behind or proving. And I mean, obviously jobs, that's how you get higher performers, is to be like, hey, look what she's doing. She's doing better than you. Like,
okay. But I also think, but I say, okay, but I agree and I don't agree. This is where I do probably have a really hard time, because I think competition can turn very toxic and you can lose very good people sometimes from doing that.
Right.
Because you, honest to God, will have times where you're like, okay, so like if you have a team and somebody just isn't, let's say even truly you're in an area that you're never going to have the same numbers as somebody else. I live in a little tiny town. I mean, seriously, like if I got 20, I'm killing it, right? Of whatever that may be, whatever the hell it is you sell. And then you go over to this area. I mean, they could have like 300. And all of a sudden you're like, well, Mr. 20 man over here only has 20. But for 20, for that person is actually bigger than this person who's getting their 300. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's why I have a hard time sometimes with companies when they want to look at people and say, well, the 300 is the top dog. Well, okay, but the 20 person's growing actually more than the 300 person's growing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And then they don't look at big picture. And eventually, guess what the 20 person guy does?
Like, fuck it.
Screw you.
I'm always going to be last.
You're never going to make a list where you put me at the top. You're always going to put me in the bottom because I have 20. But 20 is phenomenal for where I'm at. So just because you showed up at my office and you said, oh my God, your 20 is great, you never put me on a list on the weekly emails. You never call me out when we're on a conference call. You never put me up on stage to say, wow, look what I did. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's why work gets the whole, well, yeah, I believe in competition to a point. I just think we could actually, I think Gary Vee is one who even talks about, like, you can have, if you take the most toxic person, but they're the biggest producer, but they're toxic, you will lose you have all the other people that you need to get rid of that person.
Yeah. He says he gets rid of them.
You should not have somebody like that. And that can easily happen because their head gets big and they get like, oh my God, I'm so freaking amazing.
I even saw something recently where it's like, if you know that someone's like cheating on their spouse, and like you work with somebody and you know they're cheating on their spouse or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Get rid of them. They're not loyal.
Yep.
They're not loyal, and you don't want someone with those morals and values in your company.
Yep.
And I think it was probably Gary Vee that was like, I don't care. I don't care how high you perform. I don't want someone with that.
Because you make the whole company toxic and you actually bring other people down. And then there's people who are going to say, well, screw that, because I'm not going to I don't want to listen to that all the time. I'm tired of that negative person and it brings me down. And now they're not competition. They're just annoyance. And then you're jealous because they have numbers, but they're an asshole. So I think work competition just, I don't know, kind of frustrates me at times. I think that people would be better off to have positive environments, have competition, but it should be in a fun way that everybody wants to banter together and have a good time. Not, well, look at this person, they're better, and that person acts like an ass.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, fuck you. I don't care. I'll go work somewhere else where somebody gives a shit. And there are companies that do give a shit and that do reward people for doing what they're doing and don't sit around and just single the same people out all the time.
Yeah. And when you're looking at yourself and you're comparing yourself, like, the most unfair competition is racing someone who isn't running the same race, or the circumstances aren't the same. Like, you can't just look at one number or one situation. You've got to look at the circumstances leading up to it. You know, they say you can't compare apples and oranges, which is very, very, very true. And that's where companies do, create toxic environments, because they dump everybody into the same
pit and think that that's normal. And then you have a lot of people that go home in great frustration.
So how do we use competition, I guess, the right way? We're competition isn't the enemy. Misalignment is, maybe. The only fair competition is who you were a year ago or yesterday.
Or a month ago or last month. You always hear that shit all the time. Well, that was what you brought to the table last month. Now we're in the first of this month. What are you doing today? I think you're allowed to want more, though, without, tearing yourself down or anything.
Yeah. And I think the biggest competition needs to be with ourselves, honestly.
I do. And I think that if we focus on that more and take away the noise of the other people, I think that then in general, and that's true work and social, true when you're even a kid. I think that it's, even for kids, especially when we talk about competition, I feel like there's a lot of noise for kids. I mean, really think about it, you go to school and here's your people. This is your people, whether it's, 500 or it's 3,000. This is your people and this is what you're up against. And you kind of get put in this pit of those people and you don't always see outside of that. I'm really honestly, that's one thing I'm really glad. My daughter all the time is finds friends in all sorts of schools. She doesn't worry about the ones that she just sits and goes to school with every day. She's worried. She really wants to meet all these people from all these different schools. So I have kids that come to my house from all sorts of schools.
How does she meet them?
She'll go to anything. I don't know. It's so funny because with her anxiety, sometimes she makes me chuckle because she'll be she's grown so much. She has come out of her shell of that so much. She'll talk to anybody, anywhere, anybody, anywhere. So she's gone to there's some outdoor volleyball, something that kids will go to sometimes in the later evenings and stuff like that. And she'll go there and she'll meet all sorts of kids from all sorts of different schools. And then she'll be like, oh yeah, this person was cool. Or she went to a concert and with a few friends. And then this other guy had several of his friends. They all went together. So now and then his friends don't go to the same school either. So it's they brought different kids from different schools. It just starts it's the things she picks and she gets other people that have friends with other kids. And I don't know. She just knows a lot of kids at all sorts of other schools. She'll be like, oh yeah, I hang out with this kid. This kid tells me about that kid. I mean, she knows way more stuff about other people because she's outside of her box of her school. And I felt like the boys were more in their box of the school. Not to say they never even ever didn't be around people of other schools, but just not near it. Nothing like her at all. They were really more in the pit of the competition of the people that you're sitting there with. And sometimes that can make it too harder for them. I think when you are in that group, I think that's what makes it harder for them to, one, block out the noise, and two, to maybe find the people that you feel are growing past what that group is. Even though I know that those kids in that school are broken down in their own groups, but I'm just saying you sometimes get sheltered. Your competition's not as, I don't know, diverse in a way.
For sure. I guess, how do we teach them, I don't know, you've said it with Austin before, when I think it's Austin thinks he's the best in the room. It's well,
what that's Casey.
Casey.
Come on now. You just said who thinks he's the best in the room. That's my Casey.
It's you want competition to drive them to be better.
Yes.
But then also it's not always about competition. And then I feel like you can get into the conversation about gentle parenting where everyone wins.
Oh God,
and there's no winners and losers and everybody just participated and everything's great.
And then your trophy is stupid and small and it's not worth anything for anybody anyways.
Which is so funny because I think that can almost breed carelessness almost. And I say that because, Wyatt for school, they do where all the kids get $50 where they can take this $50 and they are supposed to come up with a project to make a profit that goes to Thrive, which Thrive is a local non-for-profit around us. And so again, they each get $50 and kids are super duper creative. One girl took her $50 and bought greenery and then made Christmas wreaths and then what you can sell. And Wyatt is participating in a kid demolition derby. And so he's making t-shirts and sweatshirts and the proceeds go to this Thrive project. Someone's making vanilla, homemade vanilla and selling them. And so I was so-and-so did this and they've got, this person's making vanilla and they had so many different orders. And how much you're going to make per t-shirt and sweatshirt. Like, is this the right method? And he's like, Mom, it's not a competition. They're just proud of you for trying.
Yes, because not everything is a competition.
And so that's where the competitor in me comes out. I'm like, what do you mean it's not a competition? Everything's a competition. Like, who makes the most for Thrive? Like, isn't that like, that's where I just have that competitive side of me. Like,
you are definitely way more competitive than I am.
Oh, fuck yeah. It drives me to be number, like it will. And it did. It drove me to be better, but I'd kill myself trying to
see. I'm more, I compete against myself. So when I looked at anything, I always looked at it as, I still do this day. I look at what it is, where I was at, what do I need to be, where do I think I can really get to? And that's what I need to focus on. When I hit it, I get so excited. And honestly, it came from younger years when I had some really good area vice presidents that would work with me, and we would talk about stuff, and we would have good banter, and I'd get along with them so well that they were more of like, they would tell me stuff I couldn't do. I'm good if you tell me you can't do that. Well, then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? Like that. I'm more that because that's against me. I'm not as good if you want to say, well, now you're up against this person and that person. I also, if I look at a list of people, I always, I would look at, okay, who's just right above me, I need to beat them. So I never went to like, well, who's the top of the list? Okay. Well, you're not going to get there. That's just going to frustrate people.
You're never going to get there, Gina. You're never going to catch me.
So, but I would
the litter box. I was so good. I was, and then people would, I guess it built, it was fucking smart on their part, because then I had people making it their life mission to beat me, and I would not be beat. Like,
for you,
a person comes to mind. Like, his name was Joey, and he was
okay. But see, like, just like that, you would sit around and do. That's what would drive you to always say, I'm going to always be. I don't care if I just one up.
Where they at? I gotta be. Yeah.
And see, that doesn't do anything for me. For me, I would look at it as what you had compared to what I had was. I'm not going to get to the numbers that you had. That just wasn't going to happen. The only thing I could beat you on was going to be how I was going to go about shit.
Fucking sneaky little bitch.
So that's how I would go after you. Cause I knew I'm not going to get the numbers that you have. I didn't even have the staff to even think about doing those things. It was never going to happen. We also weren't based. It was just different. I knew that, but so it didn't drive me to be like, I'm going to compete against Kylie and I'm going to take her down. Like that just would have frustrated me every day. And then I would have gotten into
find, because I'm getting pumped up just like talking about it.
Oh my God. And I feel like we go this.
No, but I feel like that could be a missing piece right now for me. Is that
what your brain?
I'm missing that competition.
You love that competition.
I thrive in that competition. So I need to figure out how to, we need to figure out how to do that in this business that we are growing for ourselves, not some fucking greedy corporation, but for ourselves. So we need to find a podcast that's probably new, that has some similar.
Right. That wants to do some fun things that bring great things to everybody.
We need to find that dad podcast we were talking about. We need to find a dad podcast that just started that we can freaking compete.
Right.
And it would check that box for me, because
that would be good for you.
Freaking love competition.
That would be good. Then see, now for me, that's the whole thing. This is where like we're so different. For me, I just look at, oh my God, you know how much fun that would be? It would be so much fun. Like how the banter, the stuff we could come up with, how we could, back and forth talk about stuff off of each other, but then like have a good time. I am not going to a job every day that I don't like. That's exactly why you'll see me leave a job. I
did it for 15 years. I'm not doing it again.
If I'm not happy, I'm gonna walk, because at the end of the day, I have to enjoy what I'm doing every day, because jobs do take up a lot of our time and energy, and you're not sucking the life out of me. And when you start doing that, I will be done, and I will leave when I find what's going to be better, as I had done. But like, so for me, it's so different. It's so funny, because I think in some ways, though, that's what makes us in this environment of any sort of like, we were working as a team together on something rather than before we were competitors, is that you are driven by one thing, I'm driven by another, but the two things together make it dynamite, which is awesome. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. But that's why I just feel like competition can like sneak in so many ways and be bad. So you just got to always be careful.
Oh, I also bought a tennis racket.
Oh, Lord. You were not playing no dang tennis.
That's what I've heard.
Dang tennis.
It was on sale at Ross. But I've heard.
Oh, God. How hard that is.
That I need to take up pickleball. that pickleball
I'll have my dad come teach you.
Yes.
Loves it. He would love to teach anybody that would want to know.
I've heard pickleball would be much more up my alley than
it's still hard too.
Tennis. Oh, I'm sure it's hard, but I love competition. I want to
you would love
win.
It. Yeah, you would love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm not. It's kind of funny because, I mean, I've always been so sales minded. And it's like, I think though that like, I always have, like I said, my competition though has always been with myself. So I probably wouldn't sound good if somebody say, well, now let's see, we need to take a look at these numbers and compete against these people. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I'll tell you that, oh yeah, sure. Blah, blah. But I compete against myself. So where's my numbers been? Where do I need to get to? Let me just work on that.
There you go.
I don't need to work on everything else I don't need to worry about everybody else, which is why probably when it came to different sports, I like stuff that's more, again, against myself. Like, there's kids who go out there on the soccer field and they'll be like, oh, I'll go take that ball from anybody. Boom, it's gone. And then
what sport do you play against yourself?
Well, but I mean, like, just like if somebody swims, really, yes, you're against people, but you're really trying to always beat your best number. Truly. Running, you keep beating your best number because the goal is eventually going to beat everybody. But the reality is you have to beat yourself.
So you're like a tracker.
You're not like going at somebody like I'm going to run into you. I'm like an MMA fight you.
That's perfect. You're track and field.
Yes.
Or cross country. And I'm fucking football.
Right. Exactly. But my ass ain't going to be running nowhere.
I could knock a bitch out. I'm just saying. I think it just competition, you know. You got to find what motivates you, how to be motivated, and how to keep
the noise down.
Yeah.
You got to keep the noise down because I think that's the biggest problem. But it's a huge problem. If we don't know how to do that ourselves, how do we teach our kids? And I think and then you have to remember their competition is in their school every single day. These are the only kids that they know. How do you break them out from some of that? How do you get them out to meet other people? How do you empower them past that?
I'm gonna really throw you here.
Lord.
You gotta find your why.
Jesus, don't ask me.
Gina, what's your why? Why?
Here, you know what? That's funny though. I go to work every day for a paycheck, and because I do care about people, and what I do care about. I care to do a good job for people. I'm motivated. I'm a worker, and I want to do well, and I want people to feel confident in me and that kind of thing. But I don't have a why. Like I just have all this like, especially in the job I have now, I would tell you I have a bigger why than I did before, for sure. For sure. Before I literally went to work to get paid so I can put food on the table for my family. Now my why here though, I feel like I can actually like answer a question. I'd be mad about it. I used to be really mad and irritated when people would ask us that all the time. Dear God, quit asking me my why. I show up because I have to, not because I want to. Here, I show up because I want to, because I really hope that this helps people. I hope that we bring some fun, laughter, turn some minds to think a little differently. Find a group of people that I would enjoy and not have to think that they're a tree.
I've said this before. One of the, I'll never forget when somebody left our toxic job and they posted on Facebook. And I think I've talked about it even on the podcast before, but it said, "You're not a tree, move." I was like, God damn, she's right. Like, you're not a tree and I'm not happy and I should move and
do something different if you're not happy.
Yeah.
That's why, like I say, when they would always ask us about our why, it just would seriously like, there was
health insurance.
They did have good health insurance. That is about it. But I just think that's the thing though, is like,
I actually had a why though. Like I did because I would be standing somewhere and somebody would be like, "I've called 19 times and I need my oxygen and I don't have any and nobody will answer the phone."
But I think that's the thing. I always have a why as far as helping people. Like I loved helping the patients. I loved helping referral sources. I loved making people, just like I still do today.
Being a resource.
I love to be a resource. I love that if you think about who do I call, it's going to help me with that. My name is who you think of, because I will do whatever to help somebody to make their life easier, whether it's a patient, whether it's a referral, whether it's a friend, whatever. So if you call me, I want to be your person. And I love that. I mean, it's totally what drives me to do well at my job.
That's your why.
But that was not my why during the years that I was there. My why there was because I don't want to be here, but I have to. That is why.
Because it was toxic and miserable and all of the things.
There was too many things that just wore on me. But that's when it's time to go.
Yeah. I know. I just had a conversation this week.
Just like you said, don't be a tree, move. Don't be a tree. That's what I need to tell everybody. Don't be a tree.
I had someone just this week reach out, actually from same company, but in California.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did get the pleasure of a lot of travel when I was with that company. And from California and Vegas to Orlando, and like that I would say was one of my favorite parts, is that I got to go. Oh my God. One time I got to go to this place in Colorado. We flew into Grand Junction, Colorado, and then we went another like hour, and there were goats on mount. Like it was just the coolest. And so I will never, ever, ever like forget, like those were some of the best days. And I was able to network and meet a lot of people.
Yeah.
And this person reached out. I think she said she left back in October, maybe. I don't know. But she's like, I almost feel like we were brainwashed to stay.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that it was made to make you feel like you couldn't do better. So like the company I was at before that company got bought out, I absolutely loved every single thing about going to work. I love the people I worked with. I love the people that I took care of. I loved my job. But they also never talked to you in the manner that the other company did. And that's what changed me completely into where I was like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Even though I know I'm helping patients and doing things, all the things I love to do that drive me, but like not for that. Like that's just not. And I do think I a lot of times would feel like, I mean, maybe life, I'd be like starting over and down at the bottom somewhere, and it would just not be good. But
if you're not making $1 million there, leave.
Right.
That was mine. And I know that this was this person's driving fact too. Like we made really good money. Yes. We made really good money, not because our base salaries were great. Our base salaries were shit, but because we performed and we outperformed everyone else. And so we made really good money to where they
gave a lot of incentives.
Right.
If you did that.
Yeah. And then they even felt like they were almost pushed out for like doing too well. It's like they want you to do well enough, but never like it was so messed up. And I don't even like talking about it, but just when we talk about competition, like that was such a big piece of it. But yeah, you're never stuck. You're not a tree. Mm-hmm. You don't like it. Like
don't be a tree.
Don't be a tree.
I don't like trees.
Gina won't talk to you. She will ignore you.
I will say you are a tree.
You are a tree.
You know what? The one thing is too, is I think is that like in saying what I say about making people a tree, I know there's plenty of people who probably think of me as a tree, and that's okay.
Why do you say that?
I think there's plenty of people who don't like me. I don't care.
Oh, that don't like you.
Yeah. Like there's people that don't like me, but again, I probably don't like you.
Why don't you like me? There can be healthy competition.
There can be. And I think that if people, and even any company puts it out there to be a healthy competition, you would probably see numbers bigger than you ever saw. Because healthy competition is good for people. And it can be fun.
It can be. But it can also be very toxic where people do stupid shit. And that is a hill I would die on. I never once did anything not morally correct. I always took care of the patient. Now, what would I possibly have broken a company rule to take care of the patient? Possibly. But I never did anything that I didn't feel was right. I never manipulated a situation. I never chased ambulances. I never put somebody on a piece of equipment that
shouldn't be
or that they didn't need. I never ever, did anything illegal or that I shouldn't. And I think that competition can also drive people. And when you're getting the shit beat out of you, you get desperate. And
I've always
do stupid shit. And I never, ever did that.
Yeah, I think that's true. Whether you're sales or operations, anybody who's becoming desperate, anybody who's their boss should pay attention. Desperate people do desperate things.
And if you're in those positions,
if you're starting to feel desperate,
other places are not toxic.
No. And the thing about it is it's not worth never, if you are feeling desperate, it should be your moment that it's probably time to make a change.
For the longest time, people would be like, well, it's like this everywhere. Do you know how many years I heard that?
Do you know, I heard that a lot. And then all of a sudden there'd be different people leaving. And I started hearing, how much happier these people are? Did you know this person left and is so happy? Did you know that person left? I'm like, really? All these people are happy. Are you sure they're happier? Yeah. Oh, okay.
I did. One of the people that I spoke to, literally said there's not one person that's ever left this company that's ever looked back or regretted it. And I'm like, damn, like that stuck with me, and it meant a lot. But for so long, there's drama everywhere.
There is always some sort of drama. I don't care where you go. But I think at the same time, the gist of the basis of where you go, even sometimes I think you might leave a company that you don't like or something that you don't like, and you go on to somewhere else. It may not even be the place you end up to stay. You could sometimes go somewhere and be like, I mean, it's better, but it's still not your place. But sometimes it leads you to where you needed to go.
For sure.
So sometimes steps are just steps to take for that. But
you're not a tree, so you can make those steps.
I know I'm not. I'm not a tree.
Am I a tree? No, I'm not a tree. I am growing. I am rebuilding. I am not a fucking tree.
Right. We're not trees. I think that's the moral of the story on this one. We are not trees. And if you think I'm a tree, stop listening.
No, don't stop listening. Even if you think she's a tree, keep listening to find out why she doesn't like you.
Right. You can send that in.
Let us know. Competition, trees. This one really went rogue. I feel like.
I think so too. But you know what? Competition is draining. And, we have to make sure that we don't drain ourselves, but we also make sure we're a little bit uncomfortable. It's 2026. Let's get uncomfortable. Right?
Right. Where is competition draining you right now? And where could it actually motivate you? Let us know.
Confess. You're not alone.
You're definitely not alone. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for spending time with us.
Take what you need, leave what you don't, and be gentle with yourself. And if you want to stay connected, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at the ARMC.
And remember, you're not broken, you're becoming.
We'll see you next time.